Welcome back. In part 3, we are going to stitch out the applique embroidery design using the applique fabric patches we created in part 2 of this series. It will stitch out the outline, and then we're going to match it up with the fabric patches that still have a applique backing behind it. And that applique backing behind it is a glue that is heat activated. So we'll take it to the pressing board, tap it with a clover iron, not doing it on our machine but on a pressing board, and then let's go ahead and stitch it out. Once we have pressed the fabric applique onto the material, we take it from the pressing board and we put it back to the machine. And this time, instead of me just doing a quick montage, let's go ahead and break down the steps. Right now the machine is stitching it down using a running stitch, and the machine is going to stop. It's going to stop for a moment because I'm taking into account that not everyone may be using die cutting fabric patches. So instead they may actually be stopping the machine and cutting fabric away. And also it gives us an opportunity to check to see how nicely the outline matches up. And then the next row of stitching becomes the tack down. So that's what it's doing. It's making small little V's or X's or blanket stitches, whichever you choose for your tack down. It's following it completely around. And once this piece of fabric is completely tacked down, the next thing we will do is we will create the fine details. The same process was done with the ice cream cone too. After the tack down, the cone itself was detailed out. In this case, we're going to detail out the ice cream scoop. So we're going to create that nice little curly wave of the top layer of ice cream. You see that the machine is doing that. It's just doing a nice little satin stitch. Once the machine finishes stitching that top scoop layer, it will then complete the outline with the satin stitch. So we can watch this continue stitching, and we'll go back to our music and I'll meet you at the end. is now completed, and it turned out really nice. Everything is covered beautifully. It was really simple to do. And I've added a little trim to it, and the trim adds the finishing touch.